Hello everybody, Tyler Douthit, founder of TFE Supplies. Try something new, doing a teacher talk live. There's an awful lot going on in the world right now, and we're doing a live stream here, doing it through Zoom, so you can see the ID in the description of this particular video, and we're going to see what happens as people come in, see who knows what. This is going to be live, our first one of Teacher Talks Live, and I want to talk to teachers and hopefully facilitate some discussion between other teachers, what it's been like teaching during this pandemic, how it's been like with technology, with students, with parents, with media, with the world, anything like that. So if you want to talk with us, there's no screening process. We're going to see what happens. I'll learn with you, but you'll see the Zoom meeting ID in the description of this. Type that in, join in, you'll pop up on my screen here. If by some chance we get a bunch, then I'll have to lock the meeting here so it's not overwhelmed by 100 people talking at the same time. But it'd be awful nice to get a few, 3, 4, 5, 10, whatever, and just see where it goes from there. In the meantime, I'll just keep on going here until we come in, so please feel free to chime in. The meeting Zoom ID, let's see if it shows it here, meeting ID 572-025-450. And we'll see what happens. So please, if you're interested in talking, it'll be live. This is streaming live on Facebook Live. We have about 26,000 people, followers on Facebook, so a decent amount. It's a very weird time in the world right now. So that's what we've been talking about. Well, so I guess maybe with my thoughts on what teaching. I'm not a teacher, but I have 2 young children. One is a little girl almost turning 7, and a little boy just turned 5. One was in first grade, is in first grade. One was in pre-K, the 4-year-old room. And so now they're at home. My wife, who's a stay-at-home mom a lot of the time, is juggling that at home while I'm here trying to do stuff. It's been tricky, seeing a lot of different things all over the place with how it's been, and some people talking. The memes are the most entertaining to me, because you find nonstop people talking about how their kids are no longer on the honor roll. First they homeschool, you're expelled. A lot of stuff like that, because most of us parents, myself included, never signed up to be a teacher. Most teachers, that is their chosen career path. My wife and I, that was not a chosen career path, and most of these parents dealing with kind of being homeschool teachers now, taking this as the best we can, one day at a time. One of my cousin's wife is a teacher. She shared something recently, which I've seen other places too, some infographic on Facebook or something, and it was saying how the effect of this on kids, like focus more on the mental state, the happiness, how you deal with your kids at this time, instead of how much you're actually going to learn, because they're going to remember how they were with mommy and dad for 4 weeks and how they felt far more than what they learn or don't learn during that time. And they won't be the only ones like, oh, we got sick, we're going to be out. Like the whole country essentially has been impacted by this, the world more so. But there's schools shut down, many, I'm estimating, for the rest of the school year. Probably start up again in the fall, which does impact our business. That's also true, because we sell primarily to schools, teachers in schools and districts and all over the place, other markets as well, but that's a big part of our market. So that's been going on. So that impacts things, but we are strong and we'll push through this all together as a company, as people, as families, as all of that. I'm just seeing what's going on here with the video. Okay, Zoom stuff still going good. So once again, anybody wants to call in, we'll see how it goes. Nobody yet, feel free. The Zoom meeting, we have 572-025-450. Chime in on Zoom. You'll pop right on my screen. We can talk live. I would love to talk to a teacher or teachers about what it is like dealing with this in the pandemic, the technology use, what it's like dealing with students, dealing with parents, the overall vibe of things. It's a very, very weird time in the world as this has been going on. I've been a phrase I found myself using a lot, like I moved recently, and different things like that, is because so much stuff is shut down, so much is going all over the place, and don't pretend like this is the normal time, because it's not. One thing which is, I found myself a very, very positive person, because this is a tremendous challenge and thing that humanity is facing right now. no way around that. But there tend to be silver linings in so many things. And uh, while there will be bad things, deaths, illnesses that come from coronavirus, there's going to be good things as well. Some things are never going to be the same. I'm curious in terms of education, things that were never thought to be commonplace or would never become commonplace, what they might actually become, how commonplace they will be. Time will tell. VR on the way in, virtual reality, as technology evolves, all augmented reality, how much will be done at home, how much will be in via FaceTime or Zoom or whatever. Just find out one day at a time with the rest of you. So bear with me here. I'm just seeing, I'm checking the live stream here if anything else is interesting going on. So please chime in if you're interested in talking. We can talk right now live. So please consider chiming in. The meeting ID for Zoom. So use Zoom. It's free. We got the paid membership here, so it's free for you to join in. We got a lot of people, and the live notifications take a little while to start getting out, and they're still getting pushed out to lots of people. But we would love to talk to any teachers out there. A lot of you are at home. I'm not going to pretend you're not working. I'm not going to pretend you're on vacation. But if anybody's interested in talking about what it's like for your experience, what's been the challenges, the struggles, the accomplishments, the upsides, the downsides, I would love to talk to anybody about that right now. So please, please pull up Zoom, do it on your phone, on your computer, on your laptop. And that's one thing, because that's one industry that there's been a few industries that have been exploding because of this coronavirus demolishing so much of things, like school years being upended, upside down. And what they're going to do is, one train of thought I saw was the county update on here. Confused me on the screen. But a lot of industries like Zoom, people that were told they could never work from home, or all these technologies, these work from home type technologies, Slack, Zoom, things like that, to name a couple, they are probably just dancing around $100 bills right now, because people are signing up left and right by the thousands. So that's a good industry to be in right now. So please, anybody, nobody yet, probably not going to do this indefinitely if nobody's in the mood to talk on a Facebook live stream so people can see. I was just trying to get because this doesn't show here what's happening. It is not important. Oh, IT is not important. Yeah, I should look at questions. I can't pronounce your name, I'm sorry, Josephat, okay? IT is not important. What do you mean by that? If you want to leave a comment there, and I'd be happy to respond. And I should, that way I can see the live things. So if I look down, looking at my phone, so I can see then questions as they come in. So any got a thing, I believe that's IT, information and technology is not important. So you're welcome to chime in with any ideas you want to hear about, talk. You can look at put it in the comments down there, and I'll keep an eye on those as we go. So please, anything you want to talk about, chime it right in, and I will be happy to chime in. And I just saw something, I think it was last night, because they're talking about how the internet can handle the demands on the bandwidth right now. Everybody working from home, and Netflix and streaming nonstop and lots of things like that. And YouTube is going to cut off, I think, high definition for much of the world for their videos starting soon, because that's obviously a demand on the networks around of the world that carry all these bits and bytes back and forth. And that's obviously something that can make a difference. So wait, if you want to respond back, Josephat Key, by all means. We got a few viewers here. Please feel free to chime in. You can do it on the Zoom. Chime in on Zoom. I'd be happy to talk with you. Anybody that has anything to say, please feel free. Chime in on Zoom. You can connect to the meeting with the ID, which is 572-025-450. And I'd be happy to talk with you live on the air here and see what happens. The ins and outs of how this pandemic has been impacting teachers. I'm curious too, because like, are you not getting paid? Are you getting paid more? Are you getting paid less? Is it all the same? I know amongst private schools where there's tuition based, there's been more of a thing. Are tuition still getting paid? Are teachers getting paid? Because everything just works the way up the chain. Because School expenses kind of stay the same. So if teachers don't get paid, but then so everyone has expenses still, mortgages and obligations, the payroll and taxes and all that stuff. So which gets cut where, a constant chain of things like you're talking about. There's some stimulus package in the works. We'll see what happens. I don't count much on politicians to agree on a whole lot of things, but whatever happens with that. And then because landlords, they say, oh, well, don't have to pay your rent, and then but the tenants have to pay the landlord because the landlords still have mortgages. So then, and then the mortgages are for the smaller banks, then the bigger banks, and the federal government, one chain after the next. So please, I got a few viewers here. Feel free to chime in. I'd love to talk with anybody on Zoom right now. Please give us 5 minutes of your time. I'd love to talk with you on how your take as a teacher, your life as a teacher has been. Are your schools still in session? Are they out? How long are they out for? If you're not brave enough, or don't feel the mood, or you haven't gotten yourself camera ready on this Wednesday morning, please leave a comment down below, and I'll be below, could be on the side, depending on which way you're looking here. I'd be happy to talk about it on air as well if you're a little more your cup of tea. Regardless of that, I'd be happy to discuss anything, try to provide a value here. It's a very, very weird time in the world right now, very weird time in the education world right now. People home that are used to having nonstop routine, like my daughter, which my wife and I love very much. She loves activities, and she's used to 7 hours of school of this all day, budget out, and we are not used to that. At home, we're not really used to it. We're not really all that. My wife's been doing great, but I'm not that equipped for it. Got to try to run things here through a very crazy economic time. So there's been a lot of that going on. It is what it is, but we threw it all together. It's the only option we have right now as people, as a country, as humans, to push through this at the same time as best we can. So please, if you, I would love to talk with anybody. Talk with us on Zoom meeting ID 572-025-450. It's not closed off. You can join in. You'll pop right on my screen. Believe it or not, as soon as you pop up on the screen here, you'll pop up on the Facebook Live. So anything can happen. Any comments, interests you want to talk about, I would be happy to talk about them, especially teachers and education, what's been going on, working from home, what it's been like, how the students have been, how the parents have been, your thoughts on anything with the education and teaching world right now. Please, anybody, feel free to chime in. If not, if you're not ready to talk on Facebook Live, comment down below. I'd be happy to talk about anything on that too. Watching the comments here as any might fly in. Again, Tyler Doubt, the founder, owner of TFD Supply. I don't know if your screen, if it shows backwards or forwards. I don't know which way is which. But my screen looks backwards here. But he's big into the earbud and headphone space, especially to schools. Our business model has gotten thrown a little bit into an unknown area this year because so much of our sales have to do with testing supplies for a lot of the various state tests, which are probably not going to happen this spring. But we'll roll with it and be stronger than ever in the fall. I've learned in my time in business and in life that every challenge is really an opportunity, because every hurdle that you face in life, if you can get over it, there's a good chance someone else might not. And we have never had that many competitors, not that very many good competitors, but we're going to have 0 competitors left by the next busy season. So, silver lining, I suppose. Just push through, and you never know what you can get. A lot of that stuff is just mindset. I've learned that over the years. It takes time to develop those things. That's a different chat. Come back to the Facebook one here. If anybody that wants to come in, might wrap it up soon here a little bit. Not a whole lot of activity, didn't know what to expect on Teacher Talk Live. One thing I do too is experiment with stuff, and who knows whatever's going to happen where. Teacher Talk Live #1, maybe not the biggest thing. Probably would have been more useful to have someone lined up ahead of time. I didn't know what to expect, so I was going to get a bunch, get none. Please, anybody, get a few viewers there. Zoom, you can talk with us right now live on Facebook Live. Zoom meeting ID 572-025-450. It's not even screened. So whatever you pop in, you can download the app on your phone, log in, go to meeting ID, go on your laptop, your tablet, anything like that, and pop in, and you'll pop in right on the Facebook Live here on I'm seeing right here both ways right away, and we'll see what happens. Maybe nothing, maybe a lot. It's all learning for the case here. But I'd love to talk with any teachers about what it's like teaching during the pandemic. So please consider anybody that is interested in that. I think next time, learning experience, probably give a heads up with that and schedule this. People can know that are interested and at least have because a lot of people at our time zone, 10 a.m. here, might not be camera ready. And we'll see, they might have been more willing to be camera ready had they had an idea if this was an option for them today. And we'll see from there. We would love to have that. Probably wrap it up for now. Not a whole lot of activity. What do you do? But this has been Tyler Douthat with TFD Supplies, hoping to provide some kind of value for you as a teacher, primarily. Not all of our Facebook followers are teachers, but very many of them are. And trying to provide whatever value that we can to you all and everyone in general. And everyone, please stay safe out there. It's a crazy world. It's not normal. No one's immune from this thing. So please stay safe and have a fantastic day.